Permaculture is a fantastic tool for helping us design abundant food forests, but it couldn't possibly have anything to teach us about money and personal finance. Or could it? People who are drawn to permaculture often think money is bad and want to avoid it. Maybe you're one of them. Yet if you're like me earlier on in my permaculture journey, you're wondering how people afford their permaculture dream life. Exposure to permaculture fills our heads with visions of food forest, off-grid homes, and life outside the corporate rat race that's causing so many of our problems in the first place. For anyone who's not familiar with permaculture, I describe it as a rich toolkit that draws on indigenous knowledge to help us harness the wisdom and patterns of nature and apply them to all aspects of our lives. And if we haven't met before, hi, I'm Laura Oldaney, a green living and money coach whose work is strongly influenced by permaculture. Most people discover permaculture through the garden gate. I certainly did. We're drawn in by images of lush fruit trees, thriving ecosystems, and the promise of abundance when we work with nature and not against her. But here's the strange thing. When it comes to money, many of us in permaculture hit a wall. We start to feel stuck. Scarcity creeps in. Discomfort, even disgust. And yet, if we don't gain some kind of handle on how to earn and handle money, we're left endlessly longing for that full-on permaculture life without a real sense of how to make it a reality. Why do us permies so easily believe in the potential for abundance in our landscapes, but not in our financial lives? Let's get one thing clear. I'm not here to encourage hoarding or permaculture billionaires. I'm talking about regenerative ways we can interact with money, using the same permaculture principles and mindsets that we use in our gardens, homesteads, and communities. Because wouldn't you rather see more money in the hands of permies so we can invest in each other's businesses, strengthen the solidarity economy, and build communities that thrive despite the chaos of late-stage capitalism? It just so happens that a number of those major permaculture texts contain a wealth of insight to help us navigate the realms of money, finance, and economics. Bill Mollison encouraged permies to become bankers because he recognized the value of us not only being able to steward food forest well, but also money. We can even apply permaculture co-originator David Holmgren's 12 permaculture principles to personal finance, which is exactly what I did in the Permaculture and Money ebook that I created and have linked to in the description below if you want to check it out. So if you've ever felt like money is at odds with your permaculture values, or if you're trying to figure out how to design a permaculture life that's rich in true wealth, you're not alone. In this video, I'll show you how to apply 3 of David Holmgren's permaculture principles to your personal finances, so you can stop leaking financial energy into systems you don't believe in and start building financial resilience that aligns with your values. So principle number 1, observe and interact with your money. Yeah, I know looking at your bank account may feel boring, scary, or icky, but it's vital. You need to know where your money is coming from, where it's going, and whether it's moving you towards or away from that permaculture life you really want to be living. Use a tool like YNAB, You Need a Budget, or even just a handwritten tracker. The format doesn't matter. And watch out for lifestyle inflation, that sneaky habit of spending more just because you start earning more. Principle number 2, obtain a yield. Yes, financially. To my mind, obtain a yield is the permaculture principle most obviously related to money. In financial terms, it means spend less than you earn and earn more than you spend. As permaculturalists, we're already good at creativity, frugality, and meeting our needs with minimal inputs. But let's talk about the other side, earning more. Specifically, regenerative right livelihood. That means not just work that avoids harm, but work that heals, connects, and builds. Work that is in service to life. There's so much opportunity to create permaculture jobs and businesses doing the work that addresses our major social and environmental issues instead of perpetuating them. The world needs more of us to do this. And principle number 3, use and value renewable resources and services. Now that doesn't just refer to installing solar panels. One of the most important shifts we can make is cultivating a true wealth mindset. Mainstream finance teaches us that wealth is just money. But in permaculture, we know that there are many forms of capital. Here's the secret financially wealthy people already know. Capital generates more capital. The trick is to do it in a way that regenerates life, not extracts from it. So invest not just with money, but with time and energy into food forests, community infrastructure, tools, local businesses, and your own skill sets. Ask yourself, what capital am I underutilizing? What abundance already exists in my life? This isn't about squeezing value out of every moment or asset. It's about recognizing the richness you already have. Permaculture and money aren't opposites. In fact, in many ways, money is another energy flow. When we learn to work with it intentionally, regeneratively, and ethically, we can redirect that energy away from extraction and towards life. And if you'd like to learn about some specific ways you can invest and direct your money into the regenerative economy, the solidarity economy, and your local economy, watch this video next, because there's a lot more we can do to build wealth for ourselves, our communities, and the planet than just sending our money off to Wall Street.